Is Winky Wright, who is moving up to middleweight to fight Felix Trinidad. You know, there are two ways to look at Lacy. Yes, he has sledgehammer punching power, a solid chin, good heart, bright, good-looking kid, former U.S. Olympian, now a world champ, seemingly on the cusp of stardom. However, his detractors would say, all right, he beat Sid Vanderpool and Omar Shika, but he shouldn't have had that much trouble. It seems no matter what, he just can't shake the critics. That said, even if he annihilates Williams, seemingly a safe opponent, the questions won't go away. Al, he needs a statement victory versus a high-quality guy like Joe Calzaghe, a fight which I've learned could happen in December in Wales.
I think he wants that, but you know what, in the meantime, I think Jeff Lacy, from a mental standpoint, is pretty impervious to that criticism, and in fact has used it as something that will fuel him to get better. So I think his mind's in the right place, and so it makes some of that a little beautiful.
Confidence certainly not an issue. Al also calling out the great middleweight champion Bernard Hopkins. Realistic possibility, not in the foreseeable future. And of course, for Hopkins, the clock is ticking. Let's check the numbers now as we go to the tail of the tape. The champion Lacy, a year younger than Williams. Biggest disparity in height. Williams is 3.5 inches taller than Lacy, but only a slight edge in reach for the challenger. At yesterday's weigh-in, you can see they were both just under the limit. Tonight's weights, both checking in at 176. That's the light heavyweight division. And we'll check out the key unified rules for this world title fight. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt occurs before the end of the 4th round, the fight's ruled a no decision. If it happens after the end of round 4, they go to the scorecards. So here at the Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, Nevada, we are getting ready for our first fight, Jeff Lacy versus Ruben Williams for the IBF super middleweight crown. Let's get the formal introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the beautiful Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we have a big night of action in store for you, and it's all brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated in association with the Mandalay Bay, eBay Sports, and Showtime. Well, fans, at this time we present the first of our world title attractions, brought to you courtesy of Gary Shaw Productions and sanctioned by the IBF President Marion Muhammad, Supervisor Lou Pryluker. This is, along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the chairman is Skip Avencino. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Robert Hoyle. From Minneapolis, Minnesota, Denny Nelson. And also from Las Vegas, we have Glenn Trowbridge. Our 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, working in this his 22nd world title bout, Tony Weeks. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring wearing white trunks with gold trim and fighting out of Detroit, Michigan. He weighed in at a ready 167 pounds. His record stands at 26 wins, 1 defeat, with 15 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the IBF number 15 ranked super middleweight contender. Please welcome the challenger, known as Mr. Hollywood, introducing Ruben Williams. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue trunks and fighting out of St. Petersburg of Florida. He weighed in the same as his opponent, 167 pounds. He is undefeated with a record of 18 wins, no losses, 1 no decision with 14 wins, coming by way of knockout. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, he is making the 2nd defense of his title. Please welcome the IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, introducing the undefeated Jeff Lacy. Once again, a referee in charge, Tony Weeks, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing schedule.
Tony, wait on Joe, right? Okay. Good job. Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good, anything else is going to be low. Right here is good, anything else is going to be low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
As you immediately notice the height differential, Williams the taller of the two, but as we close in on Lacy's second defense, Jeff Lacy, who has started faster of late, has for some reason been very reluctant to throw the jab in fights while he has no reservations in the gym, and it's a good jab. No questioning his powerful right hook, which is where Ruben Williams comes in. How long can he keep Lacy on the outside with his jab, and how will Williams respond if Lacy really connects with one of his bombs? So here we go. Jeff Lacy in the blue trunks and Ruben Williams in the white with gold. Williams, a boxer puncher, relies heavily on a power jab. New trainer Chuck McGregor, who recently took over for Emmanuel Stewart, says they've dramatically improved Williams' power in the right hand with balance and footwork. And they feel Lacy will be looking for Williams' overhand right the first 7 rounds should it go that long. But he won't be throwing it. He says the key will be his jab. This the talk of Ruben Williams.
These first rounds are very important for Ruben Williams, obviously. He needs to do 2 things. He needs to, as you pointed out, use the jab to control this fight. But I firmly believe he needs to land something in the first couple of rounds that will get Jeff Lacy's respect.
Now we wonder if Williams is quick enough to avoid Lacy's power to get out of the way of those punches. Will he telegraph, and will he pay if he misses?
Now this is a big ring in this at the Mandalay Bay, and let's point out right off the bat, very good work with the jab by Williams. I mean, he's landing, not everything's landing, but they're good solid jabs. Oh my, wow.
But now Lacy goes to work, and the crowd senses Jeff Lacy's power. Body shots by Lacy. And then back comes Williams, gamely with a straight right.
He kept his head about him when he got against those ropes, Steve. He did not cave into the power of Lacy, at least with that first onslaught. And what you like is his poise.
So Ruben Williams off to a cool start under pressure. We approach a minute remaining in the opening round, scheduled for 12.
Hands free, hands free, hands free.
Tony Weeks with the instructions, the third man. He worked the Lacy Omar Shika fight back in December. Here's that jab again. Again, it's not a probing jab by Williams. It's got some sting to it. And it's keeping him at bay, Al.
And the other key is you see him doubling up with that jab. If you throw a double jab, it's going to be very tough for a puncher to get on the inside against him. That, of course, is where Williams doesn't want to be on those ropes.
Hands free, hands free, hands free.
And a beautiful countering left hook to the jaw by Lacy. Williams threw a flurry, and then all it took was one punch by Lacy to get his attention. And now a right uppercut to the chin by Lacy. You got to be careful on the inside with Lacy. Not where you want to be.
Good first round. Good first round. Okay, good first round. Don't slug with him. Okay. Boxing more. Okay. Deep breaths.
Jeff Lacy was able to get on the inside against Ruben Williams at this point. It was the right hand that drove him back against the ropes, and yet another. And yet during this whole flurry, you see Williams keeping his eye on Lacy and countering pretty well, and that would lead us to later on in the round. That right hand, not a monstrous right hand, but certainly enough to keep Lacy off him. Now, probably what won Jeff Lacy this round was at the end of the round. That was a very good counter left hook he threw. And I think that last flurry at the end might have won Lacy this round.
You know, Al, no matter who Lacy is fighting, he feels he has to be at his best mentally and physically, because guys who are even ranked number 15 like Ruben Williams will raise their game, knowing this is his moment, his Super Bowl, his time to shine. Again, Lacy working the body, a whipping right hand by Williams, but one and done.
Dan Birmingham had to like that sequence, the trainer of Jeff Lacy, because there were combinations involved. When Lacy throws punches in combination, he's so much more effective, and he's capable of it.
Yeah, they want Lacy not only to demonstrate his prodigious power, but his boxing ability. He was more successful his last fight versus Shika when he jabbed and then ripped to the body.
You know, Williams said